Hey now, Yorkshire back on the prowl. I'm gonna do another contest entry this week because it sounded like a fun idea. This one's called Connect 4. It's put forth by one Telegram Sam, who I was unfamiliar with. I caught this tip through Vinyl Richie, so I thought that's a good enough idea. I'll give it a shot too. So cheers to Vinyl Richie, cheers to Telegram Sam. Here's my Connect 4. I got Telegram Sam's video linked below, check that out. Anyway, the basic idea is you're gonna start with one album, connect it to a next album, you got 4 connected albums through whatever connection you come up with. I'm gonna start mine off at the beginning of rock and roll, anyway, with Chuck Berry. This is the Great 28. The original hits 2 record set on Chess. This came out in 1984, right? Only good songs. 28 of them. 28 killer fucking songs. Chuck Berry had more than 28 good songs. But look at this track list. This is like an excellent starter place if you never fucked around with Chuck Berry. Which if you haven't done that, like why? You don't like rock and roll? Chuck Berry is that real shit. I'm assuming I don't have to tell you guys too much about that. So many good songs on here. Maybelline, 30 Days, You Can't Catch Me, Monkey Business, fucking Brown-Eyed Handsome Man, Roll Over Beethoven. Roll Over Beethoven. Guess what? Roll Over Beethoven was covered by the Beatles. On this, their second album from 1964. My copy is reissue from 1971-ish from what I can tell. Though this is called the Beatles' second album, their discography is kind of weird. I think this is actually the third LP that came out by the Beatles in the US, but it's the second one that came out on Capitol. So this mainly collects tracks from the UK LP with the Beatles, some tunes from the Long Tall Sally EP, some B-sides, I think. It's like 5-ish Beatles originals and then a bunch of covers, including Roll Over Beethoven by Chuck Berry. There's your connection for the first 2. Yeah. I'm assuming, like Chuck Berry, I shouldn't have to tell you about the Beatles. They're only one of the biggest bands in the world ever, right? This one, early, short hair Beatles, right? And it's like one of their more straight up rock and roll records, man. Maybe a ballad or two. You really got a hold on me, but other than that, it's mainly rockers. Good Beatles record. In 1968, the Beatles formed their own record label, Apple Records, mainly to put out their own stuff. But they also started putting out some other artists too, right? One of those artists being, in 1972, David Peel and the Lower East Side released The Pope Smokes Dope on Apple Records, right? Got the groovy insert going on here. Look at David, man. He's a wild man for sure. Lyrics and stuff. David Peel was a wild man. A real street urchin. This is some repetitive, rebellious street hippie chants. Wild and loose. Fucking acoustic, subversive rock and roll. Got group vocals, man. They threw in some freaking flutes and harps and shit, but it's like Peel going off. Everybody smoking marijuana. The hippie from New York City. The Ballad of New York City. John Lennon, Yoko Ono. Ballad of Bob Dylan. Birth Control Blues. The Pope Smokes Dope. If you're into 60s shit, you gotta check out David Peel because dude is a wild man. This album is dedicated to Lucifer and all his friends from the Lower East Side. Dig on some Peel. Produced by John Lennon and Yoko Ono, 1972. There's our third connection from the Beatles to David Peel. Following the example of the Beatles making their Apple Records, David Peel a couple years later makes Orange Records, right? In the mid-70s, he's putting out his own stuff on Orange Records. Additionally, he's starting to put out stuff by other artists, including this fucking piece of filth, always was, is, and always shall be, by none other than Gigi Allen. And look at tiny little young Gigi there, trying to look all smooth and sexy. Oh, and now I'm mad. There you go, that's Orange Records. That's Peel's label. That's your fourth connection. So we've gone from Chuck Berry and ended up at Gigi. From the father of rock and roll, the beginning of rock and roll, to the death of rock and roll, Gigi Allen. Gigi was the bloody mutilation and terrible pain. Brought to life, played before you, shat on top of you, and fucking dropped into the abyss. This is fucking really good G.G. Allin. A lot of people who don't listen to G.G. Allin and don't know shit about G.G. Allin but are repulsed by the fact that he existed will be like, yeah, he made shitty music and he doesn't know how to play. This is a really good record, like for punk rock shit. Probably one of the top punk albums of 1980. Gigi is like straight up singing songs. The band is like tight and good, man. They're making catchy numbers. The words are mean and crude and rude, man, but it's not really that far off from what other punk rock shit was doing at the time. Maybe a step further, but nowhere near where he ended up, you know? If you're gonna check out only one G.G. Allin record, or if you've only heard of him and never checked him out, I'd recommend the hell out of this. It's a killer rock and roll album. It's a killer punk rock album. Yeah, it does have some gnarly offensive lyrics, so if you can't laugh that off, G.G. ain't for you. But he got some songs on here, some catchy numbers. The band is like good. It's a good jam. This is, by the way, an original press. It's super hard to get nowadays. I got lucky a long time ago and got it for a great deal even then. Boom, we connected 4. We went from Chuck Berry to the Beatles to fucking David Peel to G.G. Allin. That was fun. I want to keep going. Let's try another one. Alright, round 2. Let's see what we got. Let's start off here with the Doors. This is their 1967 self-titled debut album. This is a mono copy on Elektra from 67. I love this record. The Doors were a killer, dark, psychedelic group. Definitely a little darker than a lot of the flower power bullshit going on, and I appreciated that. I don't know, I never feel like I have to go too in-depth on a record like Chuck Berry or the Beatles or the Doors. Should already know. This is, for me, one of the top albums of the 60s. All the songs are good. Break on through to the other side, man. I remember hearing that the first time when I was a little fucking kid, and when he busts into the freaking chorus, man, and it gets louder and he starts kind of starting to yell almost. I'm like, whoa, this song is badass, right? I was freaking out. It stuck with me. But all the songs on here are good. They play a song on this album called Take It As It Comes. Take It As It Comes, which was covered by probably my favorite band ever, the Ramones, on their album Mondo Bizarro. This is from 1992 on Radioactive Records. Yeah, Mondo Bizarro. 90s Ramones, sometimes disrespected and usually underrated. This is a great Ramones album, okay? There's a lot of good jammers on here. Censor Shit, The Job That Ate My Brain. Poison Heart is probably one of their best ballady tunes ever. This is the first studio album with CJ on it. There's CJ, the new bass player replacing Dee Dee. That's a tough role to fill. I think he did a fine job. They even have him sing a couple jams on here, which is kind of a surprising mood, but he does a great job. And a couple years ago, I seen CJ playing a show and got him to sign this one for me. I got one of these album flats from the record stores stored with mine. Some other little promo stickers and postcards and crap I collected over the years. Anyway, the Ramones on this very album cover Take It As It Comes. First song on side 2, Take It As It Comes by the Doors. It's a fine version of that track. I'd recommend both versions to all y'all. So, that was the first Ramones record with CJ on it. The Ramones had another album or two in them after that, and then they broke up, and young CJ continued on with his own endeavors. First Los Gusanos, then in 2007, Bad Chopper. One and only Bad Chopper album, self-titled, 2007 on Acme Records. This is autographed too. Don't think that every time I see that guy I make him sign 1,000 records. This was like a Kickstarter or a Bandcamp or something. It came autographed from him. That Ramones one I had him autograph in person, but this thing it came that way. I'm not the kind of guy that'll bring 10 records and can you sign every record I have by you? 2? Because that seems like a bit much. Anyway, Bad Chopper's a good record. CJ's on bass and vocals. The music is, you can still hear the Ramones sound in it, but it's got a little more rock and roll and hard rock kind of shit mixed in with the Ramones sound. It's good. A couple bonus, like a flyer and a sticker that you sent out with that. Good shit. A couple special guests play on this. Walter Lure from the Heartbreakers, Daniel Ray. Anyway, here's the band, Bad Chopper. There's CJ in the middle. And then we've got Mark Shin on the drums. Mark Shin, of course, also played on... Oh, what the fuck? It wasn't... He also played on this album by G.G. Allin. It wasn't supposed to be another G.G. record. What the fuck? This is not for sale to persons under 18 years of age. One of the more gnarly G.G. releases. This is the album of mean, nasty, noisy, sloppy, heroined out scum punk, man. Some of it kind of blows, but there is some fucking killer tunes on here. Notably Outlaw Scumfuck, which has always been one of my favorite GG tunes, is an adaptation of Long Hair Redneck by David Allan Coe. Other good jammers on here is Die When You Die, which is a cover of Destroy All Monsters. That's a fucking good song and kind of became a GG staple, right? Suck My Ass It Smells cannot be denied. Suck My Ass It Smells! Suck my ass, it smells! Suck my ass, it smells! Suck my ass, it smells! I mean, if you're into that kind of song, then you might want to check out this one. I don't know how the fuck we ended up at GG again. That was not the plan. I tried to take a different route, and here we are at fucking G.G. Allin again. I'm not going to end the video like that. We got to try a different pathway. We got to figure out a way to end on a positive note, right? So I'm going to switch genres, and we're going to just try this again. Give me one more shot. I don't want to end on a GG. Okay, so let's just switch our approach completely, try and get a better end result. Okay, let's move over to the blues, right? Should be innocent enough. Lightnin' Hopkins Country Blues. This is from 1959. Lightnin' Hopkins is probably one of my favorite blues dudes. Super chill and mellow. That's like my favorite kind of blues, is like just one dude and his guitar just going at it, right? This is like a reissue from an unspecified year. Original release is 59. This is probably like a 60s or 70s reissue. I don't know. Discogs doesn't know. But Lightnin' Hopkins, man, one of the best, in my opinion. Great singer, great guitar player, great storyteller. On the back here, tells a whole story about old Lightnin'. Says right on there, as a brash youngster, he tagged after Blind Lemon at the Baptist Association meeting. Blind Lemon, right? As in Blind Lemon Jefferson, the father of Texas blues. This is his recordings from 1926 to 1929. It's a compilation of old 78s, I think. This is previously unissued on LP, so it's the first time I think they collected a bunch of his old 78s. Some jackass colored all over it, as you can see. Fuckers. I don't know, they wrote all over it. This is my copy, though. Released in 1968 on Biograph Records. These are super early recordings. Obviously, they're from the 20s, so there's like some crackle and some noise. But personally, I mean, for old-ass blues like this, I mean, the crackle kind of sounds good on it, I think. It kind of adds to its old-timey, otherworldly feel, you know, especially when they're getting all morbid, you know. See that my grave is kept clean? That's like probably my favorite track on here. Also of note is the last track on side 1, Matchbox Blues. That's like in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, like songs that shaped rock and roll or some shit like that. The Beatles covered that jam. So Blind Lemon was a pretty important fella in the world of blues and a big influence on Lightnin' Hopkins. Let's dial it up to the year 1985. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds released this record, The Firstborn Is Dead. The last song on this album is named Blind Lemon Jefferson. There's your connection. Boom, bam, biggly splam. Right? Lightnin' Hopkins to Blind Lemon Jefferson. Now over to Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. I think we're doing okay this time. Pretty sparse insert on this record, man. Put some stories on the back cover. So this is 1985 Homestead Records. What is Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds like? What do you guys describe this shit as? Alternative rock, post-punk, blues rock? It's probably all of that and more, and mixed in kind of with the singer-songwriter storytelling stuff of like Leonard Cohen and Tom Waits kind of creeping in there too. They kind of focus on the darker end of the old country and blues and mix it up with their creepy carnival shit, you know? It's a pretty cool, unique band, pretty cool, unique record. Nick Cave, good shit. So, as we said, this is on Homestead Records. Homestead Records at this time was managed by none other than Gerard Cosloy, who of course played in none other than... Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck with this guy? It wasn't supposed to go like this. God damn it. Gerard Cosloy played guitar with G.G. Allin and the Holy Men. I'm so sorry, everybody. I really don't know why it keeps coming back to this fucking creep. This is not for sale to persons under 18 years of age. Look at this. Warning. This record sucks. At least they're straight up with you. Pretty sweet shot of Gigi on the cover. You give love a bad name. G.G. Allin and the Holy Men. Homestead Records, 1987. Gigi got that fucking sick genocide shirt on. New Jersey band. This is definitely scumbag era Gigi. Guaranteed to offend. He covers Charles Manson on here. I don't know why the fuck this keeps happening. This was supposed to be a happy, wholesome Connect 4 video. And this fucking guy keeps ruining everything. Why? This is really turning into a total bummer. I'm really sorry, Telegram Sam, if I fucked up your contest. I had the best intentions. I didn't mean to bring this fucking trash and filth into this wonderful community. I'm super sorry. I apologize. Give me one last shot. Let's see if I can just fucking start somewhere else and try to have a positive ending. This is my fourth go at the Connect 4. So if this one doesn't work, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I'm just feeling very overwhelmed about all this. I'm just trying to think of stuff that will take us in a different direction. Look at these two nice young gentlemen, Simon and Garfunkel. Nice little fellas playing some nice little 60s folk rock kind of stuff. I am a rock, I am an island, right? Fucking Sounds of Silence. This is, you know, that AM radio gold. Just some nice laid-back music from a couple of nice boys. Paul Simon and Art Garfunkel. Start Charfunkel, Fart Carmichael. Fuck! Simon and Garfunkel, I mean. Damn it, Simon and... What a hard day we're having. This came out in 1966 on Columbia Records. This is a 1967 repress. Let's just take another step further away from any rock and roll shit. Let's go country, right? Johnny Cash. On this album, Johnny Cash covers... Bridge Over Troubled Water. Written by Paul Simon. Yeah, Simon and Garfunkel. Over to Johnny Cash. The American recordings era of Johnny Cash. This sucker is a double LP. Came out in 2002 on American Records. Pretty much love all these American recordings of Johnny Cash. This is the fourth one, I believe. Yeah, American IV. That's 4. The Man Comes Around. This is, for me, one of the better ones of these two, man. Got Give My Love to Rose. I like that jam a lot, dude. Personal Jesus, he does a cool version of. Hurt, he does that fucking killer version of that song. Big Iron, come on. So there's some Cash originals on here, but lots of covers too. One other song he covers on here is I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry. Written by the king of country music, yeah, one of the greatest American songwriters ever, Hank Williams. Hank Williams 1, Hank Williams Sr., the Hank Williams. Hank Williams, right? Dang, this is a 4-record set. 48 of Hank Williams' best love songs. Special Deluxe Package Limited Edition. This came out in 1968 on, what's that, MGM Records. So you got the little box. Has this handsome little 8x10 photo of the fella. And then the records. That's it. No little booklet or anything. That would have been nice. And just like that great 28 Chuck Berry record that was 28 perfect songs from the father of rock and roll, here's 48 perfect songs from the king of country music, Hank Williams. Not only did Hank Williams leave us a vast array of fine songs, he also left us a child, Hank Williams Jr., who in turn made another child, Hank Williams III, right? A long line of Hanks that make tunes. So Hank Williams Sr.'s son, Hank Williams Jr., wrote a song named Family Tradition, which in turn was reappropriated by none other than Fuck! Come on! Wasn't supposed to do this! Not again! Why? I can't believe this happened again. I've never felt like such a failure in my whole life. Hank Williams Jr.'s Family Tradition was redone by G.G. Allen and the Scumfucks. Why? Why does it keep coming to Gigi? He ruins everything. This is a split with Artless. This came out in 1985 on some German label. It was Holy War and Starving Missile or something, and it's called Toilet Rock. It's mean, and he says all this bad stuff, and it's bad. And he ruined my whole video! And I'm mad! In Connect 4, all roads lead to Gigi. Why?